Breaking. Matheus Cunha suffers training accident ahead of Everton clash. Welcome to United News, your most trusted source for everything Manchester United. When news breaks, we are here to give you the facts without the drama. Right now, we have some concerning news coming out of Carrington that every United fan needs to know about. Stay with us as we break down exactly what has happened and what it means for Monday's crucial match against Everton. The news that just broke. Just when Manchester United fans thought the injury situation could not get any worse, another blow has arrived. Matheus Cunha has reportedly suffered an accident during training at Carrington. This news comes at the worst possible time, just 2 days before United face Everton at Old Trafford. The Brazilian forward had just returned to the club after the international break, ready to link up with Ruben Amorim and his teammates. Everything seemed fine. Training was going as planned. And then this happened. So what exactly do we know? Let us break down all the information that has come out so far. How the news emerged. The first hint that something was wrong came from an unexpected source. Matheus Cunha was scheduled to switch on the Christmas lights in Altrincham on Saturday evening. This is the kind of community event that football clubs often arrange, where players connect with local fans and participate in town celebrations. But on Saturday, Visit Altrincham, the organization running the event, posted an announcement on Instagram that caught everyone's attention. The statement was short and concerning. It said, "Unfortunately, Matheus Cunha has had an accident in training today and will not be able to attend tonight's Christmas lights switch on in Altrincham due to medical reasons." That is 28 words that have sent worry through the United fanbase. An accident in training. Medical reasons. These are the phrases that make every football supporter nervous. The post did not provide any details about what kind of accident occurred or how serious the injury might be. It simply confirmed that Cunha would not be attending the event and that medical reasons were the cause. What we know so far. Right now, information is limited. Manchester United have not yet issued an official statement about Cunha's condition. This is not unusual. Clubs often wait until they have complete medical assessments before making public announcements about injuries. What we can confirm is this. Cunha had an accident during training on Saturday. The accident was serious enough that he could not attend a scheduled public appearance that same evening. The organization describing it as medical reasons suggests this is more than just a minor knock or precaution. Beyond these basic facts, everything else is speculation at this point. We do not know what part of his body is injured. We do not know how the accident happened. We do not know how long he might be out. And most importantly for Monday's match, we do not know if he will be available to face Everton. United fans will need to wait for an official club statement to get clarity on these questions. That statement could come at any time over the next day or two, possibly during Amorim's pre-match press conference or through the club's official channels. The timing could not be worse. Let us be honest about the situation. This news comes at possibly the worst moment for Manchester United. The team is already dealing with multiple injury problems, and now another key attacking player is in doubt for Monday's match. Benjamin Sesko is already out with a knee injury that he picked up during the Tottenham match before the international break. He is not expected back until December. That is one key striker gone. Now Cunha, who has been playing an important role in United's attack, has suffered this training accident. If he cannot play on Monday, it means Ruben Amorim has lost 2 of his attacking options for a crucial Premier League match. The timing is particularly frustrating because United are on a good run. They have gone 5 matches without defeat in the Premier League. They have been building momentum under their new manager. And they have a perfect opportunity to climb the table by beating Everton at home. But injuries can derail that momentum quickly. Football is a squad game, and when you start losing multiple players in the same position, even the deepest squads start to struggle. The growing injury list. To fully understand how serious this situation is becoming, we need to look at the complete injury picture at Manchester United right now. Benjamin Sesko is out until December with a knee injury. That is confirmed. He suffered this injury against Tottenham and will miss several weeks of action. Harry Maguire also had to be substituted during that same Tottenham match because of a hamstring problem. Ruben Amorim has already admitted that Maguire is not ready for the Everton game. So that is another experienced player unavailable. Kobbie Mainoo missed the Tottenham match entirely due to injury. There is some hope he might be available for Monday's match, but that depends on how his recovery goes. He is definitely not certain to play, and now Matheus Cunha has suffered this training accident. We do not yet know the severity, but the fact that he could not attend a public event on Saturday evening suggests it is not just a minor issue. That is 4 players dealing with injury problems. For players who would normally be in contention to start or at least be on the bench. For any manager, this creates serious selection headaches. How this changes Monday's match. If Cunha cannot play against Everton, it completely changes how United might set up. Let us think about what Amorim was probably planning to do. With Sesko already out, the manager was likely thinking about using Cunha in one of the attacking positions. Cunha can play as a striker, as a supporting forward, or in a wider attacking role. His versatility makes him valuable, especially when the squad is dealing with injuries. But if Cunha is also unavailable, Amorim's options become much more limited. Bryan Mbeumo might need to play more centrally as the main striker. Joshua Zirkzee, who has been linked with a January exit, might get a chance to prove himself. Or Amorim might need to get creative and use someone like Mason Mount in an advanced role. None of these options are bad necessarily, but they all represent changes to what the manager would ideally want to do. And making forced changes because of injuries is never ideal, especially in a match United need to win. The good news is that United have depth in other areas. The midfield should be strong with Case Moreau and Bruno Fernandes. The defense has options even with Maguire out. And the wing-back positions have several players who can do a job. But in attack, where you need players who can create and score goals, the options are getting thin. This is where Cunha's potential absence really hurts. What Amorim might do. Ruben Amorim is known as a smart tactical manager. He proved that at Sporting Lisbon, where he won titles by adapting to different situations and getting the best out of his squad. Now he faces a real test at Manchester United. How does he set up an attack that can break down Everton's defense when 2 of his attacking players are unavailable? One option is to rely heavily on Bryan Mbeumo. The player has been in good form and can lead the line if needed. Amorim might build the attack around Mbeumo's pace and movement, using him as the focal point and surrounding him with creative players who can provide service. Another option is to finally give Joshua Zirkzee a proper chance. The Dutch forward has not played much this season and is reportedly being considered for a January sale. But desperate times call for desperate measures. If Zirkzee can step up and deliver a good performance against Everton, it would solve multiple problems for United. Amorim might also consider changing the formation or the tactical approach. Instead of playing with a traditional striker, he could use a false 9 system where a midfielder plays in that advanced role. Mason Mount could potentially do this job, dropping deep to link play and creating space for runners from midfield. Whatever Amorim decides, he will need to be creative. The injuries have taken away some of his preferred options, so now it is time to show his tactical flexibility and his ability to adapt. The positive news, Lisandro Martinez. In the middle of all this bad news about injuries, there is one bright spot that United fans can focus on. Lisandro Martinez is getting very close to returning to action. The Argentine defender has been out since February with an ACL injury. That is 9 months of rehabilitation and hard work. ACL injuries are serious, and the recovery process is long and difficult. But Martinez has been doing everything right, and now he is almost ready to play again. Martinez was back in full training before the international break, which was already a positive sign. During the break, even though he did not get called up to play for Argentina, he did join up with his national team to train and continue working on his fitness. When asked about Martinez's availability for Monday's match, Amorim said something that will excite United fans. Licha is getting close to be playing. That comment suggests Martinez could be involved in some capacity against Everton, even if not as a starter. Having Martinez back would be huge for United. He brings quality, aggression, and leadership to the defense. He is the kind of player who makes everyone around him better. His return could not come at a better time given all the other injury problems. Will he start on Monday? Probably not. After 9 months out, It would be risky to throw him straight into a Premier League match for 90 minutes. But he could be on the bench, ready to come on if needed. And just having that option available gives Amorim more flexibility. United's recent form. Despite all these injury concerns, it is worth remembering that Manchester United have been playing well recently. They are currently on a 5-game unbeaten run in the Premier League. During this run, United have beaten Sunderland, Liverpool, and Brighton. They have also drawn with Nottingham Forest and Tottenham. That is a solid set of results that shows the team is moving in the right direction under Amorim. United currently sit in 10th place in the Premier League table after 11 matches. They are 8 points behind league leaders Arsenal. That gap sounds big, but it is still early in the season. A few good results can change the table quickly. More importantly, United are only 1 point away from the top 4. That is the real target. Champions League qualification is what the club needs, both for sporting reasons and for financial reasons. Being this close to the top 4 at this stage of the season is encouraging. But to break into those top 4 positions, United need to keep winning. They need to beat teams like Everton at home. They cannot afford to drop points in matches they are expected to win. And that is why Monday's game is so important, regardless of the injury situation. What Everton will bring. Speaking of Monday's match, let us not forget about the opposition. Everton are not an easy team to beat right now, especially with David Moyes back as their manager. Moyes knows all about Manchester United. He managed the club before, so he understands what it means to play at Old Trafford. He will have his Everton team organized, disciplined, and difficult to break down. Everton's approach under Moyes is predictable but effective. They will defend deep, stay compact, and make it hard for United to create clear chances. They will look to frustrate United and then hit on the counterattack when opportunities arise. This is exactly the kind of match where United need their best attacking players available. Breaking down a well-organized defense requires quality, creativity, and patience. Losing players like Sesko and potentially Cunha makes that job harder. United cannot afford to be complacent just because Everton are lower in the table. Moyes will have his team ready, and they will make life difficult for United. The Red Devils will need to be at their best to get 3 points. What happens next? Over the next 24 to 48 hours, United fans will be waiting anxiously for updates on Matheus Cunha's condition. The club will likely provide more information either through an official statement or during Amorim's pre-match press conference. That press conference will be crucial. Amorim will need to address the injury situation, explain his plans for dealing with the absences, and try to project confidence that his team can still beat Everton. Fans will be listening carefully to every word, looking for clues about team selection and how serious Cunha's injury might be. Any hint about his availability will be analyzed and discussed across social media and fan forums. Monday's match itself becomes even more important now. If United can win despite all these injury problems, it will show real character and depth in the squad. It will prove that they can overcome adversity and keep winning even when things are not perfect. But if they drop points, questions will start being asked. Can United compete for the top 4 with this injury record? Do they have enough depth in the squad? Should they be looking to sign reinforcements in January? The bigger picture. This situation with Cunha's injury highlights a bigger issue that Manchester United need to address. Squad depth is crucial in modern football. You cannot rely on your first 11 to stay fit all season. You need quality backup options who can step in and maintain the team's level. Right now, United are finding out just how thin their squad is in certain positions. The attacking options looked good on paper at the start of the season. But with 2 players out, suddenly the choices become limited. This is something the club's recruitment team will need to think about. In January, should they bring in another attacking player? Even just a loan signing could help get through the busy winter period when fixture congestion and injuries tend to multiply. For now, though, Amorim has to work with what he has. He needs to find solutions from within the current squad. And he needs to do it quickly, because Monday's match is just around the corner. Final thoughts from United News. The news about Matheus Cunha's training accident is concerning, but we need to wait for official confirmation before jumping to conclusions. The fact that he missed a public appearance due to medical reasons suggests this is not just a minor issue, but we do not yet know the full extent of the problem. What we do know is that Manchester United face Everton on Monday with a growing injury list. Sesko is definitely out. Maguire is not ready. Mainoo is doubtful. And now Cunha's availability is uncertain. This is a real test of United's squad depth and Amorim's tactical flexibility. Can he find the right combination to beat Everton despite these absences? Can players like Xerxes step up when given the chance? Will the team show the character needed to grind out results even when things are not ideal? We will find out the answers on Monday evening. Until then, United fans can only hope for positive news about Cunha's condition and trust that Amorim has a plan to deal with whatever situation he faces. Here at Unite United News, we will keep you updated with every development. As soon as Manchester United release an official statement about Cunha, we will share it with you immediately. We will cover Amorim's press conference and bring you all the team news ahead of Monday's match. Thank you for trusting Unite United News as your reliable source for Manchester United coverage. We do not exaggerate. We do not create drama where there is none. We just give you the facts and honest analysis you need to stay informed. Stay with us for all the latest updates, and we will see you on Monday for full coverage of the Everton match. Come on, United!